Tom Clark's Main Event is a Boink Studios production. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Boink Studios, and check us out on boinkstudios.com, where you can see all of our projects, past, present, and future. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy's show. Step off.
Hey, what is up? Welcome to the program, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom Clark, and you are listening to Tom Clark's Main Event. This is episode number 90 of the podcast, and if you're joining us today for the very first time, we will bid you welcome. If you're coming back for a repeat visit, we say, hey, thanks for checking back in with us. And to all those involved, we will extend to you, as always, the customary laurel and a hearty handshake. Thanks for reading. Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting. And hey, thanks for always being there, Doc. Episode number 90. This is right on, man. If this sounds a little funky to your ear in terms of what you have heard before on the show, it very well should. We are not recording on the laptop today. We're actually recording on the phone, which is a bit different. But I didn't have a heck of a lot of time, but there was a few things I wanted to touch base on, to talk about, that kind of thing. And it's episode number 90. I thought about making a big hoopla about it, trying to get some guest stars and some different stuff. And I thought, you know what, screw it. I just want to bang an episode out, just keep on trucking. I mean, if you celebrate each and every episode, as I often tend to do, then you're never going to get anywhere, right? So, you know, I'm a firm believer in, celebrating your accomplishments, but geez Louise, it's 90 episodes, man. There's guys out there with 4 times that many. Let's just keep rolling. So, hey, how are you? Welcome to the show. Glad you are with us. As we said, episode number 90, and I don't know how much time I have. I'm kind of up, moving around, doing a few things. I got my ball of water. Listen, hear that? Special sound effect, folks, just for you. There's no charge extra for that. That stuff's thrown in, man. It's a freebie. That's a behind-the-scenes glimpse into the world of Boink Studios, is that we have water bottles. Hear that? That's not a soundbite. Downloaded from online off the Google machine. That is an actual water bottle. One more time. Ready? All right. Sweet. So before we jump into this week's topic, or this month's topic, or whatever you want to call it, yours truly just got back from a 7-day cruise. To answer your question, yes, I had fun, and yes, I'm broke. So there you are on that one. The trip was fun. It was great to unwind. Had a lot of, I don't want to say drama, but tension to get away from. And, it's always good to unwind and relax and sort of put everything and everyone out of your mind and just go off somewhere and just reflect and try to have a good time. It was a family vacation, so I can't swear to you that there wasn't some drama there too. But you know what? It's all good, man. It's all good. The drama follows you everywhere you go when you are a family man. And you folks out there, if you are, you know what I'm talking about. But it's all right, man. It's all good. I wouldn't have it any other way. So, I am back. I fell ill the day we returned. I was fine during the trip. I don't really call what you have sea legs. But, buddy, I had them when we got back on land, evidently. And they did not cooperate. Neither did my internal organs. So it was a fun day and a half of, evacuating every organ of my body decided to unload at the same time. It was not pleasant, but we are on the road to recovery, as it were. So it's all good. So yes, we are back, going to get back in the swing of things. I've not written a column in going on, almost 2 weeks, man. My fingers are itching. That's coming soon. Stay tuned for that. Thanks as always for reading, by the way, as we said before. Let's go ahead and jump into this sucker, man. I wanted to get a few things off my chest and talk about what happened and recently. And for those of you who listen to the show, we talk about a lot of WWE. We talk about some New Japan. We talk about some other stuff going on in the world of pro wrestling. This is going to be all WWE this time around, unless I decide to throw in a couple of other things. And again, it just depends on how much time I have, right? This time, the main event is the Backlash over Backlash. Because, brother, there's a lot of it. WWE is in a very weird spot right now. It's in a very weird place. And we've said this before, but there's a lot of things happening in that company. And I'll be honest with you, I have spent the majority of my life, not just my adult life, but of my life. The biggest majority of my life has been spent as a wrestling fan. There was a few years there where I kind of lost touch, a couple, 2 or 3 years maybe, just before the Attitude Era, I think. And then I kind of got back into it. When the territories died, it kind of killed it for me. When the NWA became WCW, I said, I don't really care about this. So it kind of was not the same. It was a little more polished than I was used to, and I didn't much care for that. But you guys know I'm an NWA baby. I can't help that either. But, yeah, man. So for the majority of my life, I've been a pro wrestling fan. There have been moments, especially with this company. Dude, the stuff that goes on in WWE is... there's moments when you just want to go in the corner and just cry. Because you just can't... It's either going to be tears of sadness, tears of joy, or tears of desperation and frustration and panic. And I say all that very tongue-in-cheek. If you don't have a life outside of wrestling, I feel bad for you. I do. I just spent about 10, 12 days living that life. I love the business. I love writing about it. I love talking about it. But folks, perspective. You got to keep some perspective in your lives out there. A lot of people hating on the company right now. Some of it is well afforded. Other parts of it are nonsense. And I think that's really the way it always goes. We've talked at length on the program here about the way things happen with WWE, about how they disappoint you, about how they let you down, about how they run storylines and angles and characters, and you're sitting back scratching your head saying, what in God's name is going on here? A lot of that happening right now. Let's just be honest about it. So a lot of it happened recently, yes, on the May 6th pay-per-view. I don't even know if you can call them pay-per-views anymore. I do when I write about them. I don't know why. No real reason. I like to refer to them as WWE Network events. How about that? Because that's really what it is now, as the air comes on at my feet, and it is glorious. Don't make me sing the song. I'm not going to do it. So, yeah, man. But the May 6th edition of WWE, it's not their first, big 2-brand pay-per-view thing, event deal. They've done this, 1,000 times in the past. But it's the first one since they decided to, once again, put the brands back on the same event again. Oy vey. I'm okay with it in one respect. In the respect that I don't care. I'm fine. I don't care. It's fine. Do whatever you want. I'll still watch it. I'll probably still write about it, I'm sure. And I'll still give you my take, and I'll try to as often as I can. All good here. The other part of it is, weren't you guys the ones that insisted the brands be kept separate and they be their own entities? We knew that wasn't going to last. I wrote a column back when they did the brand split, this most recent brand split, and I was like, dude, it's, you can go back and hunt that up. I'm not going to do that for you. I'm lazy, and maybe you are. I don't know what the deal is, but you figure it out. But I wrote a column then saying, it's only going to work if they stick to their guns, and they have not stuck to their guns. They've had crossovers, they've had one brand attacking the other, and they've superstars touching other superstars when they shouldn't be, and just absolute nonsense. And now we've got both brands back on the same show. And let me just tell you something right now. It was tough to watch. Backlash was tough to watch. Now, I'm of two different opinions on this. Number one, as we said just a few moments ago, yes, perspective, right? Good thing to have. Good thing to have in life, not just about pro wrestling, but in life in general. When things are upsetting you, when things are getting you down, it's good to take a step back and say, you know what, I need to breathe, take stock in my life, look at things around me and say, you know what, I need some perspective before I drive myself mad. That's good advice for us all to remember, yours truly included, yes? So, yeah, good thing to remember. So, I got two things about Backlash right off the top. Number one, I'm not losing a whole lot of sleep over it because it is what it is. It's in the books. I can't change it. I couldn't affect it when it was happening or before it happened or after it happened. What am I going to do? All I can do is absorb it, do my job as an analyst, which I've always considered myself to be, analyze it, and give you my opinion, which is what I'm going to do. My opinion among many thousands of others' opinions out there you can read online. Up to you whether or not you like it or dislike it, completely your call. By the way, thanks for tuning in. So, yes. But yeah, man, so I'm not losing a whole lot of sleep over it. Because, you want to know why? Because everyone has an off night. Not just the talent, but the company. The company in question. Everyone has an off night. The referees, the ring announcers, the commentators. It happens. It happens. So I take it with a grain of salt. I'm watching Backlash, and I'm watching my Twitter feed blow up. And, oh my God, this is garbage. This is total garbage. This is nonsense. This is the worst show I've ever seen. Jesus. Relax. If this is the worst show you've ever seen, you haven't been watching wrestling very long, my friend. I'll tell you right now. And if you have, and it's the worst show you've ever seen, keep watching. You're going to see more, okay? Because every company has an off night, so relax. I refuse to believe that, and there's a couple, 2 or 3 talents on this particular card that I don't personally care for, and you guys know I don't make it personal. I never have. Never will. It's not personal. It's just my own opinion as an analyst and a fan. That's all it is, okay? But there's a couple, 2, 3 folks on this card I don't really care for too awful much. But for me to sit back and say that they didn't put in an effort, it's hogwash. It's absolute garbage. You can't tell me they're not putting in the effort. It's just that sometimes it just doesn't come off the way it should. And it just falls flat. Let's go ahead and kick off the kickoff match. Ruby Riott defeats Bayley. Okay, so I like Ruby. It was a good match. I like Bayley a lot. Bayley's grown on me over time. I liked her to begin with. I'm glad that she's finally grown on the crowd. I am fearful that Bayley and Sasha's heat is cooling off. And that's okay if WWE doesn't want to pursue it. But number one, why wouldn't you want to pursue it? This was red hot at one time. And now it's starting to get really, really cold. So something needs to change, yes. Just my opinion, but something needs to happen here. You've got the Riot Squad happening on Raw, and you've got to get them moving in the right direction, and I completely understand that. I like Ruby a lot as a talent. I think she's a good hand. And Bayley is a contender. Ruby is a contender also, but just take your time with Ruby. Don't rush it, right? But I'm okay with the show. I wish Bayley would, I wish Bayley kind of be on the main card. I don't know how she would feel about that, considering the backlash, over the backlash. Thank you very much. But I don't know, man. I don't have a whole lot to say about this one. I like both girls, and if anyone out there says the match was weak or whatever, that's fine. It's whatever. I still believe they both gave a fine effort, and I have no issue with it with either female at all. I think they both superstars gave 100%, and that's all you can really hope for. Again, I want the Sasha and Bayley thing. It feels like they're saving it. I don't know what they're saving it for, but again, to me, it's cooling down. And if you want to resuscitate it, you need to get on stick. And I don't know if they can drag it till SummerSlam. That's a long way to wait, man. Talking about the fall this year. That's a long time to wait. Just me talking. The match of the night, I think everyone agrees, is the Intercontinental Championship match. Seth Rollins defeats The Miz. This is awesome. No, it's not. I'm not talking about this match. I'm just saying, fans are fickle, and fans are too quick to jump on the bandwagon or to jump against a bandwagon, in my humble opinion. And I get a little tired of this is awesome chants. Not every single match you see Seth Rollins work can be quoted as, this is good. This is really, really good. Seth is at the top of his game. You agree with that, right? I mean, I do, 100%. This is awesome. Stop. Come on, man. I say that sitting here, and I understand full well it's not going to ever stop. There's a lot of things that I want to stop. The beach ball. Hi, morons. If you're passing the beach ball around the crowd, you suck. I don't care how many of the boys in the back take up for you and say that you paid your money, you can do whatever you want. I disagree with that. I say you pay your money, you can do what you want. So if you want to be a moron, throw a beach ball around the crowd. All right. I don't like you people. I don't care for you. If you listen to my show, tune out. Forget it. I got nothing to say to you. You know how expensive wrestling tickets are? When's the last time you've been to see Raw or SmackDown? I've been to a bunch over the years, my friends. I've seen a bunch. I've been to a bunch, okay? Both shows. I've driven hours out of my way, away from home, stayed overnight in another town. A lot of you have. I'm not saying I'm anyone special. Don't get me wrong here. But why in the world would you take your kid, maybe a buddy or two, spend a couple, $200-$300, maybe more when you count food and gas and transportation, all that, and then throw a beach ball around. Okay, you're idiots. I don't understand what the deal is. You would never see that in any other. I'm not going to say never, but if you saw that in any other major sporting event, they would be escorted out. Right? Am I wrong about this, folks? Didn't you come to see the game? Why are you here? Well, it's not going the way I want. I'm going to pass this ball around because. Jesus Christ on a cracker, man. Have you got to be kidding me right now? That's the best you can do? Pathetic, my friends. Pathetic. So, you're going to get me lost. But not every match is awesome. This match is pretty darn good, yes? Seth Rollins and The Miz. Seth's at the top of his game. You could argue Miz is as well. Every time Miz wrestles a great match, people say, you know what, Miz doesn't get enough credit. He's so underrated. No, he's not. Miz isn't underrated because every time Miz works a good match, which is a lot, every one of you people say, you know what, Miz is underrated, doesn't get enough credit. Yes, he does. Every time he works a good match, the same thing is said. Can we stop calling Miz underrated? He's not underrated. He's right where he should be. Come at me. I don't really care. You're going to tell me that Miz isn't where he should be until he has the WWE Championship or the Universal title? Just stop, man. If you don't know by now, let me fill you in, my friends. You do not need the top championship to be the most over guy in the company. It's been like that since after Ric Flair. I mean, honestly, and maybe even during Ric Flair. I mean, to me, there's before Ric Flair and after Ric Flair. That's just how I look at it. You can, again, as the memes say, come at me, bro. It's fine. But that's just my take. But, again, Miz is not underrated at all. The guy's right where he should be. I think he's coasting along just fine. Keep him where he's at. No sense in rushing him. He and Maurice have a new show coming up. It's on the Eat Network, yes? I think. The Miz and Maurice, I don't know. The Miz and Maurice or something. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to watch it. Gotta be. Let's just stop. Full disclosure, I'm not gonna watch it. It's okay. I mean, good luck to him. Hope it's a smash, dude. I like him a lot. It's not my thing. I don't really care. I don't care for the breaking kayfabe, going behind closed doors of the business. I don't really care for that. I know it happens. I'm intrigued by the table for three. I like writing about it. I like interviewing guys. I enjoyed interviewing guys in the past about it. What goes on behind the curtain. It's fine. I don't know if I want to sit here and watch it all the time. Do you know what I'm saying? Just my own take. But, hey, all the best with it. And it's going to be a hit. It should be a hit. He's entertaining, man. Works for me all day. Let's move on. Nia Jax, the Raw Women's Championship. She defeats Alexa Bliss, retains her title. This feud going nowhere fast. I don't care for this at all. I like both of them. I think they're both giving maximum effort. I believe that the storyline is stale. I'm over it. This whole thing with Bliss calling Jax a bully is nonsense. No one's falling for it. Nia got booed a little bit toward the end because she cut that promo at the end of the match talking about be a star. No one wants to hear that. That's overplayed as well. No one wants to see their kid get bullied. Trust me, I got a 9-year-old. I don't want to see anyone take advantage of him or pick on him or whatever. Obviously not. But at the same time, the whole Be a Star program has come under crossfire criticism, what have you. To me, it's I don't want to hear any more about it. I think that's where the fans are too. I think hence why you had some boos coming from the crowd against Nia. We haven't seen Nia's best. It's yet to come. I think we've seen Alexa's, and I'm not saying that she's on a downward spiral. By no means, she's doing fine. But this whole you're a bully, you're hurting my feelings, and you're just making it hard for me. Stop, dude, just stop. Even for a heel, this is cheap, in my opinion. For a heel, this is weak. It's weak. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not cheap. Maybe not cheap heat. Weak heat. It's weak. I just don't get it. And people aren't buying it. There's sometimes when a heel will twist the narrative and bend it to support their own agenda. But they've tried that here, and a lot of times it works. Oh God, it works so well. It's not working here, not for me. I'm not feeling it, and I dare say a lot of you folks aren't feeling it either. It's okay. I'm not crazy about it. In my opinion, Jax should have won the title, and they should have moved on because she crushed her. And for Bliss to ever be competitive against Nia Jax, unless she has help from someone outside the ring like Mickie James, for God knows whatever reason they're doing that again, it's nonsense. They have no business doing it. I think you make Nia look less than what she is and what she's capable of being in my take, just my take there. But yeah, again, I wasn't a fan of this. Good effort, like both of them, not personal. I just didn't care for this much at all. Moving on, United States Championship match, Jeff Hardy retains against Randy Orton. I can't say an odd match. He beat Randy clean, but he's Jeff Hardy. So anyone that gets upset over it needs to understand, oh, he beat Randy Orton clean, Jesus. But he's Jeff Hardy. I'm not saying Jeff is like, Jeff's John Cena. No, not at all. But he's Jeff Hardy, okay? And you have to understand, when Jeff Hardy's in the ring, he can go over on anybody. Okay? I don't care who you are. Screw it. Brock Lesnar. Laugh at me. I don't care. Jeff Hardy has a chance to beat anybody in the ring. Because when it comes to, oh my God, where'd that come from? I believe he's the most believable of the bunch. Even more than Daniel Bryan. And I love me some Daniel Bryan. We'll get to him in a bit. But for my money, he's the most believable. Jeff Hardy's the most believable. And like I said, I'm good with the match. I love Randy. I do. And I love Jeff. I'm not feeling this feud. And again, maybe it's just me. Maybe I haven't settled into this yet. I still believe it's hard when you have two baby faces working a program with each other. I'm old school in that regard. I can't help it, folks. Who I am, it's what I am. Can't help it. Old school, baby. But that's just where I'm coming from. I think that every time that you see a feud between two heels, I think they have a better time pulling off two heels than two baby faces, believe it or not. Because you could always baby one of the guys out. It's hard to heel out one of the faces. I'm not saying it's impossible. I just think it's a bit harder. Just my take. But again, the match was solid. Had no problem with the match. I don't know what the United States title is doing for SmackDown, what the Intercontinental title is doing for Raw. Because as of right now, as of this very moment in time, the Intercontinental Championship is the most important championship on Monday Night Raw. You can't say that about the United States title. Well, first of all, you got AJ Styles as WWE Champion. It's hard to say that. And Jeff has not had... this was his first defense, maybe, I think, as United States Champion. But he's not been enough in that role yet for me to sit here and say that his title is as important as AJ's, if not better. No, it's not happening. But when you got an absentee champion like Lesnar, whose belt is never on the show, never being defended, ever, okay, then it's not very hard unless the guy holding the Intercontinental title, like Honky Tonk Man, cough, sucks. Then it's to me it's not that hard to get the belt over. A lot of that's due to Miz. A lot of it's due to Seth Rollins. I mean, obviously, Seth's the man right now. The best. You could argue that Seth Rollins is pound for pound the best talent, the best hand right now in WWE, both locker rooms. I'll go for that. Sure. Let's take another step here. Elias. Hello, I'm Elias, and here's the same garbage you've been watching for 6 months. So shut up and silence your. Shut up, Jesus. I'm over this. And I don't mean to be negative. I don't mean to join the rousing chorus of people that hated this show. I didn't hate this show. Relax. I'm not high on Elias. And again, is it personal? Do I hate the man's guts? Not at all. I can't even tell what Elias' real name is. I have no clue. But whatever it is, hey, dude, it's cool. You and me are good. It's nothing personal. I'm not feeling this at all. They even had to, on the Raw following Backlash, was it Raw or SmackDown? How come I can't remember now? It's crazy. These guys bounce around so much. They had to excuse the fact that Elias not really a wrestler. Wrestles. He a technical wrestler. He brawls. That's a nice way of saying that Elias is not very good at wrestling. Sorry. I know writers and I know folks that love Elias and think he's got a world of potential. I don't see it. Now, I could eat my words. I've been wrong plenty of times before. And if I'm wrong, when I'm wrong, I'll be the first one to tell you, hey, I called this wrong. It happens. You know how many prediction pieces I've done over the years? And, man, that none of them have come true? It's cool, man. It's no worries. I do the best I can with this stuff, man, like you do, right? But, I'm not feeling it yet. Maybe he's not had the right opponent, the right situation, the right bit of booking maybe sometimes is all you need. But right now, I'm not feeling anything. I didn't care for this spot. I like Bobby Roode coming out and DDTing him and stuff. It was okay, but I like Bobby Roode a lot. I just, there again, this was a throwaway segment. Didn't need to happen. It was okay. It's whatever. Something I could spend an hour podcast talking about. Maybe I will at some point. Daniel Bryan defeats Big Cass. And then, of course, we all saw Bryan get jumped afterward. On the SmackDown following Backlash, Bryan loses cleanly to Rusev, and then he spins as the program goes off. Rusev's music suddenly cuts, And Daniel's sitting on the edge of the ring with this astonished look on his face, just bewildered, like, I can't believe I lost. What's wrong with me? Why? How come I'm not back to old form? I have, and this piece is probably coming soon because I'm really feeling this, man. I have this gut instinct that they're going to start pursuing this, and I would not be surprised if Daniel Bryan chooses to retire at some point. Not because of anything physical or anything like that, but because all he wanted was to get back in the ring for one last run and then wrap the run up at WrestleMania and then officially retire and say, look, it's not that I don't want to do this. I can do it. I physically can do it. But I just don't want to do it anymore. I think I've done all I can do. Now, I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy about this. But it looks like they're leading to something. I would be surprised if he turned heel. Because he still has the crowd. Now, I know, conventional wisdom, if there is such a thing about pro wrestling, right? Conventional wisdom states when the babyface is at his highest peak, that's when you turn him. Because it will be the most shocking moment of all time. Hence Hulk Hogan, whatever. I don't know if I agree with that all the time. I certainly don't agree with it in this instance. I think Daniel is still as over as he ever was. I think it'd be a mistake to do that. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Cass didn't touch him on SmackDown. So nothing happened there. A lot of folks said, well, if he's going to lose to Rusev, then geez, Cass needs to come out. And Rusev didn't, they cheered Rusev during the match because people like him because of Rusev Day. And you can come at me on this too. I've spent multiple episodes of this show talking about how Rusev wouldn't be over if not for the concept of Rusev Day. And if you disagree, you're wrong too. So there you go. His wife, who's half naked, standing next to him, couldn't get him over. The only thing that got him over was Aiden English saying Rusev Day. That's it. That's it, okay? If not for the Rusev Day thing, Rusev would not be over right now. I don't care what you say, okay? He wasn't getting there through hard work and determination and getting it done in the ring, which he was. That never worked. So all of a sudden, they say, Rusev Day, oh my God, I can chant this and sing it too. This is awesome. Let's love him now. What has Rusev ever done to convince you that he's world championship material? Has he? And there again, folks, like with Elias, if Tom's wrong, and that's fine. I'm human. Been wrong before, gonna be wrong again. Totally fine, dude. No worries on my end. Hope I am. It's nothing personal. I want to see every guy and gal get a fair opportunity to succeed in the world of pro wrestling. I want everybody to make as much money as they can. The more money that's flowing, the more likelihood the business is going to be around for another 20 years. Which is, do you want it to be around the state it's in right now? Jeez, there's another column too coming, my friend. Who knows? But the match itself was fine. It was solid. Don't know what they're going to do with Daniel. I wasn't a huge fan of the end. It's whatever. But, like I said, I'm flying through these, man. Hold on, brother. So let's get to this. Carmella defeats Charlotte. Pins her, right? That's what everybody said. When Carmella cashed in, thanks to the Iconics, which is another duo that's not doing much for me, I got to be honest. The new crop that's happening right now, I'm a little worried about because I'm not feeling it. Just me. Maybe I'm wrong. But when she cashed in, everybody and their brother took to Twitter and Facebook and Instagram saying, oh my God, she deserves this. Congratulations, Carmella. Where was all this support when she was carrying the briefcase around? Were you supporting her? I didn't read about a lot of people loving this girl until she won the title. No one's saying she didn't work hard, and kudos to her. She's getting some spotlight. She's obviously taking advantage of it. She's going to do this I Beat Charlotte Flair thing. She's going to run at the ground, folks. But at the same time, again, there was a certain air deflated out of the balloon when this moment happened. And she's sort of she's in the wrong moment at the right time, or the right moment at the wrong time, depending on how you look at it. Nothing she's done wrong. It's just that it's tough to get over on Charlotte. It really is. With as much as they built her up, and Charlotte is still, even though she's been booked to the moon and back, like Roman at some point, it's hard to hate Charlotte because Charlotte's got it. And Charlotte was over as a heel long before and during her babyface runs, right? But she's very, very good. And it's hard to hate her because she is considered she's considered the female of the female division, of the women's division. She's considered the top, right? No Ronda Rousey around. By the way, Ronda, where are you? Taking a couple weeks off, are we? I didn't see you in Jamaica. I don't know, man. This is my life now. Really? Where are you then, Ronda? Jeez Louise, man. Show up or just go away. I'm sorry. That's a whole other topic, man. But Jeez, I got a lot of writing to catch up on, folks. Let me just tell you right now. Moving on, shall we? WWE Championship. AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura is a no contest because they both decided to give each other some massive nut shots. Folks, I don't know what's going on here. I was asked the question amidst my sickness, Tom, if you could have booked this match, what would you have done? How would you book this feud? I'm like, dude, I don't have any idea. I think it's a fair assessment that this has not lived up to what we thought it was going to be coming out of New Japan Wrestle Kingdom. I agree with that. I'm the guy that wrote that column, like a lot of the guys wrote the column. This feud, this match is going to be sensational, off the charts. It really hasn't been. Again, is it because of Nakamura and AJ? No. But whoever's telling Nakamura to keep hitting low blows on AJ is, I don't know where this is going. Wish I knew. It's becoming comical at this point. It's a comedy now. I don't know. It's a nut fest. It's a nut fest. It's a nut shot fest, man. It's the world of low blows, folks. I don't know. Jeez Louise. I love both guys. I think Shinsuke, with the right amount of booking, stop low blowing, Shinsuke, Jesus, has potential to be the best, nastiest, meanest, most evil heel in WWE, because he just doesn't care. No speak of English, dude. That's epic. That is him making fun of you. You understand? That's not him making fun of himself. That's not him taking a shot at the character. That's him making fun of you. Okay? That's what he's doing. Take a minute and think about that. Okay? But I love me some AJ. I love me some Shinsuke. This thing's not over yet. So says Nakamura. I don't know where this is going. I think they've got 2 more matches left in them, maybe 3. Who knows? They could fight forever. There's another chant I get sick of. How about I want to go home? Who knows? Who knows, man? Let's hit it. Tag team match: Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley, who are as big, bad, mean, evil, and nasty as they come. Take out Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn resoundingly. Yes, Kevin Owens got his head took off, man. Those spots look good when Braun just steamrolls around the ring and just bulldozes him. I don't know what they're doing, but he and Lashley are eventually probably going to feud, maybe. They ran a spot on Raw. Excuse me, I was going to say SmackDown. They ran a spot on Raw where they did an interview thing with Lashley. It was a train wreck, folks. Absolute train wreck. Again, it feeds into the notion that they don't know what they're doing right now, or we can't figure out what they're doing, or we're upset with what they're doing, or we're frustrated, whatever you want to call it. But Lashley, of all the folks they've brought back or brought up or whatever, or however you want to say it, he has the least amount of character development right now. He's just kind of there, kind of floating along. He and Strowman look amazing together. Need to keep these guys together. He's got nothing else to do. Maybe you can develop Lashley's character out of this. Just call Lashley the only guy Braun Strowman trusts, right? The only guy that's ever had his back. That would be awesome. That would be great. What a great storyline to run with. Turn him heel. Stop it, dude. Just let him roll for a while, man. Again, they got nothing else to do. Braun's running out of opponents. He's going to have to work him eventually, right? Because Lashley's a big dude, right? Lashley can really go. He can really go. Shouldn't turn him heel right now. Keep him together for a while. Put the tag belts on him. And that's hard for me to say, man, because I love me some Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. Full disclosure. But I'm good with it. The match was fun at the very least. Okay, here's the fun one. The main event with no title, no stipulation, no nothing on the line, folks. Just a whole bunch of sweaty Samoan wrestling happening. Roman Reigns defeats Samoa Joe. If you didn't see that coming, hey, hey, ho, ho. You have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know. Yeah, man, I don't know. Folks were leaving. Folks were leaving before the match ended. As well they should. This thing started off, house of fire, and it came crashing down. Folks were, they didn't care anymore about either guy. They didn't even care about Joe. It was a train wreck in every way, shape, and form. Hard to watch. I hate this for Joe because Joe deserves more. I actually kind of hate it for Roman, too. I've written a lot about Roman over the past 2-3 years, and I continue to read columns about how this is the Roman Reigns experiment. No, it's not. You need to stop now. Every one of you. If you're writing it, stop. If you're reading it, stop. It's not an experiment. They have backed their horse. And I've read about, well, Drew McIntyre, well, Bobby Lashley, well, Braun Strowman. Every one of you stop. You're all wrong. You may very well end up being right, but I'm saying in terms of where they're coming from, prove me wrong. You can't, because there's no way you can. Because he's their horse. They've tied the wagon to him. They've harnessed the wagon to him. They're riding him for all he's worth. And he's who they want. He's not an experiment. He's their guy. Get over it. Live with it. Just like John was their guy. Now, were fans leaving the middle of John Cena matches? I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? When John started his little comeback that everyone hates. Roman does it too. It's just different. But this whole notion that Roman Reigns is just going to go away. Just every one of you stop. You're all fooling yourselves. This guy something terrible would have to happen to him or for him, or he'd have to do something terrible to someone or to himself. And I just don't know if I see it happening. Now, there again, folks. Again, you've been wrong. I've been wrong. We all have a tendency to be wrong. But you know what? We all have a tendency to be right, too. And I don't think I'm wrong about this. So, live with it, okay? Don't try to understand why they continue to push the guy. They're doing it because they can, because Vince McMahon evidently has a love affair with him. That's what everybody says, right? It is what it is. You're going to fight this? Why fight it, brother? Leave it. Leave it alone. Why are people leaving during his matches? Because they don't care about Roman. I read a take on Twitter today. Someone says, well, over is over. It doesn't matter if he's hated or loved. Over is over. Indifference is what you don't want. They're passionate about loving someone, but they're passionate about hating someone too. He's getting a reaction. Dude, you could put the janitor in the ring with the mop. He'd get a reaction. Come on, man. Come on. You're going to tell me it's okay? Listen close. If you don't hear anything else I've ever said to you in 90 episodes, man, hear this. They want Roman Reigns to be the top baby face. One more time. They, as in WWE, wants Roman Reigns to be the top baby face. And that's it. Period. He's not working faces. He's not flipping off the fans. He's not cheating. He's the baby face of the equation. He's the hero of the day. It's him. That's why people hate him. It has nothing to do. Dude, I'm going to tell you right now. People can say, oh, he can't wrestle. Nonsense. Don't give me that anymore. Roman's earned his stripes. He has. Shut up. He's earned his way in the ring. Don't hear that garbage anymore. Don't tell me he can't get over. He can. People turn on him because they don't want him as a babyface. Period. Now, you can get mad and yell like I just did. Guess what? Not going to change anything. Not going to change a thing. Nothing, baby. They're going to do what they're going to do because they're going to go through who they want to go with, and they want Roman Reigns as the top babyface, period. That's it. Quit trying to understand it. Don't ever analyze it. Don't psychoanalyze this guy. He is what he is. We've seen what he can do. We've seen it. I don't think there's any more to see. Oh, when he turns heel, he's got... Stop. He did it with the Shield. When he turns heel, and he will eventually, shut up, he's going to be the same heel he was with the Shield. He can be a little bit eviler, more evil, sure. A little bit nastier, a little bit meaner. He's the same heel. Stop. Just stop. You guys wait till it happens. Shut up. We've seen him as a heel. We've seen what he can do. Now, either it's working for you or it's not. I still say to this day, the most over this guy's ever been is when he beat Sheamus on Raw for the championship. The most over he's ever been. My opinion. And they blew it up by the week after. Had him smiling in Stephanie's face. Are you serious? Smiling at her? They blow it for him, and he blows it for himself. It's a mutual blowing. I don't know how else to say it, man. Sorry. But it's garbage. You've seen what he can do. This is it. There's nothing more. Okay? You've seen it. Move along. If you don't like it, learn to live with it. This is what they're doing. It doesn't matter if you like it or not. You can hate it all day long. You hated John Cena for over 10 plus years. Did they give him the boot? No, sir. Did they bump him down? No, sir. Now, again, anything can happen. Roman could burn out in a day's time. He could say, I'm sick of this. I just want to take my money and go home. Sure, bye. They'll replace him. They will. They've replaced everybody. For good or for worse, right? It can happen. But don't count your blessings. Don't hold out hope. Okay? Deal with what you have. That's what I do. You should do that too. Life's too short, man. Live with it. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be all right. That's what Al Green said. Don't forget that, baby. All right, we're going to move on, man. This was it for me. The Backlash over Backlash. The majority of folks out there are saying this show was crap. Again, I don't say that. Everyone has an off night. The company had an off night. I didn't feel this show too much. Maximum effort from everyone involved. I applaud the effort of all the men and women. And again, much appreciation and gratitude to them for putting their bodies and lives on the line every time they step between the ropes. And I mean that sincerely to every one of them. And we are but humble spectators. That's all we can be. Okay? You can learn to appreciate what they're doing, or you can just continue to hate it and be miserable every day. I'm trying to be happy. That's what I am too. I am. So, hey man, that's it for us. Sorry it was kind of a quick episode, man. It is what it is. We're going to be back next time. This was episode number 90. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, you can find everything you need to know about me and Boink Studios on boinkstudios.com. Check us out on Twitter at Boink Studios. You can check me out at Tom Clark Writes, WRITES. Yes. And you can check us out. Email us, boinkstudios@yahoo.com. Check us out on Facebook at Boink Studios. That's it, baby. That's all we got. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. And we will see you next time on Tom Clark's Main Event.